Howard Zinn. Historian and activist, a best-selling historian, playwright and social activist, Zinn is best known for his highly influential 1980 publication, A People's History of the United States, which sought to establish an alternative narrative about American history by arguing that it was largely the product of exploitation of a majority by an elite. J.D. Salinger. Novelist J.D. Salinger was an American author best known for the novel The Catcher in the Rye, 1951. The novel is told from the perspective of Holden Caulfield, a youth trapped in the grip of disillusionment, and was both a popular success and subject to widespread critical acclaim. Tom Brookshire. NFL player and sportscaster. Professional American football player, coach and commentator. He played at the cornerback position. He spent his entire NFL career with the Philadelphia Eagles, winner of the 1960 NFL Championship, two-time Pro Bowl participant, a member of the Eagles Club Hall of Fame. Jack Briscoe. Professional wrestler. Was an American amateur and professional wrestler. As an amateur for Oklahoma State, Briscoe was two-time All-American and won the NCAA Division I National Championship. He turned pro shortly after and performed for various territories. National Wrestling Alliance. Alexander Haig, General and U.S. Secretary of State. Alexander Haig was an American general who also served as the 59th U.S. Secretary of State for President Ronald Reagan, 1981-1982, and as White House Chief of Staff for Presidents Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford, 1973-1974. Willie Davis. Baseball player. Davis played Major League Baseball for most of his career as a center fielder for the Los Angeles Dodgers. During this time, he won a variety of awards, including Gold Gloves from 1971-1973, and established himself in Major League history, 7th in Pudettes and total chances in the outfield. James Black, pharmacologist. Sir James White Black was a Scottish pharmacologist recognized for his fundamental contributions to the development of medicines for treating several major diseases. Black's most notable achievements include the development of propranolol, the first successful beta blocker, and cimetidine, a drug used to treat stomach ulcers. John Forsythe, actor. Owen Forsythe had a long and successful career in show business, but it was television where he became a star. His first success was in the TV sitcom Bachelor Father, 1957-62. His second was in 1976, when he was cast as the mysterious Charlie in Aaron Spelling's Charlie's Angels. Alec Bedser. English cricketer. Alec Bedser was an English cricketer renowned for his medium-fast bowling. His cricketing prowess spanned both domestic and international arenas, and he later served as the chairman of selectors for the English national team. In recognition of his services, Wilma Mankiller, activist and chief of the Cherokee Nation. Wilma Mankiller was a Cherokee Nation leader and the first female principal chief of the Cherokee Nation. Engaging in activism and social work early in her life, Mankiller was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Bill Clinton in 1998. George Nissen, inventor and gymnast. George Nissen was an American gymnast, inventor, and businessman who is best known for inventing the trampoline. His invention has since become a popular piece of equipment in athletic training, recreation, and competitive sports around the world. Nissen became involved in gymnastics in high school. Malcolm McLaren, band manager and pioneer of punk. Malcolm McLaren had a huge influence of late 20th century pop culture. He was the founder of the famous S&M clothing boutique Sex, with his girlfriend, the designer Vivienne Westwood, in London, a center for the emerging punk scene. Dorothy Height, women's and civil rights activist, focused on the issues of African American women as president of the National Council of Negro Women for 40 years, and was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1994 and the Congressional Gold Medal in 2004. Age 98, cancer, masses 24, 1912. Lynn Redgrave, actress. Lynn Redgrave was an English actress who performed on Broadway and in several films, including Tom Jones, 1963, and Georgie Girl, 1966. She won 2 Golden Globe Awards, one for her role in Georgie Girl, for which she was also nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actress. Dennis Hopper, director, was an American actor and film director. He is known for his roles as mentally disturbed outsiders and rebels. He earned prizes from the Cannes Film Festival and Venice International Film Festival, as well as nominations for 2 Academy Awards, Primetime Emmy Award, and 2 Golden Globe Awards. Chris Haney, co-creator of Trivial Pursuit. Chris Haney was a Canadian journalist best known as a co-creator of the popular board game Trivial Pursuit. After dropping out of school at 17, Haney began his career in journalism as a photo editor for the Montreal Gazette. But his life would soon take an unexpected turn. José Saramago, novelist. Described by the Guardian newspaper as the finest Portuguese writer of his generation. He was the 1998 recipient of the Nobel Prize in Literature. Fernanda Eberstadt of the New York Times noted he was known almost as much for his unfaltering communism. George Steinbrenner, New York Yankees owner. During his 37-year ownership from 1973 to his death in July 2010, the longest in club history, the Yankees earned 7 World Series titles and 11 pennants. His outspokenness and role in driving up player salaries made him one of the sport's most controversial figures. Patricia Neal, actress. Best known for her film roles as World War II widow Helen Benson in The Day the Earth Stood Still, 1951, wealthy matron Emily Eustace Phelanson in Breakfast at Tiffany's, 1961, and middle-aged housekeeper Alma Brown in HUD, 1963. Gloria Stewart, actress. Hollywood career spanned, with a long break in the middle, from 1932 until 2004, where she appeared on stage, television, and in film, for which she was best known. Appeared as Claude Rains' sweetheart in The Invisible Man. George Blanda, NFL quarterback and place kicker. George Blanda was an American football quarterback, place kicker, and wide receiver who played 26 seasons in the National Football League. Blanda retired from pro football in 1976, holds the NFL record for most extra points made. Tony Curtis, actor. Born to poverty-stricken Hungarian immigrants, Tony Curtis went on to become a major American movie star in the 1950s and 1960s. His most famous role was in the Billy Wilder comedy Some Like It Hot, 1959, opposite Marilyn Monroe and Jack Lemmon, and often voted the funniest film ever made. Bob Guccione, publisher. Bob Guccione was an American magazine publisher and founder of Penthouse magazine. He was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1930 and raised in Bergenfield, New Jersey. After high school, he served in the U.S. Air Force and then attended the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts, where he studied painting. Sparky Anderson, MLB player and manager. Managed the National League's Cincinnati Reds to the 1975 and 1976 championships, then added a third title in 1984 with the Detroit Tigers of the American League, making him the first manager to win the World Series in both leagues. Blake Edwards, writer and director. Blake Edwards was an American film director, screenwriter, and producer. He was known for his work in comedy films, including the Pink Panther series, Breakfast at Tiffany's, 10, and Victor Victoria. Edwards began his career as a radio writer and actor before moving to the motion picture industry. Bob Feller, Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher. Bob Feller was an American baseball pitcher, best known for his 18 seasons with the Cleveland Indians, 1936-1956. He threw no-hitters in 1940, 1946, and 1951 and held the record for 12 one-hitters at his retirement. Feller was part of the Indians team which won the World Series in 1948. He was an All-Star 8 times and was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962. age 92, leukemia, November 3, 1918, December 15, 2010.